Oh my god, you guys, it's been so long. How you guys doing? Today's a very special day and a very special stream. It's my birthday. And no, it's not a joke. And we are also gonna play a new game today. Okay, let's see here. Also, this game is called Drops of Dead. It's a game I've been wanting to play for quite a while since it's been in, well, it hasn't even, I don't know if this is the demo, but didn't seem like it. But this is a murder mystery romance visual novel, and it's called Drops of Dead. So hopefully it's not any 18 plus things, but I tried to Google if there were anything. Only thing is like death, drugs, and stuff like that. But then again, my streams are only for 18 plus people. But yeah, in worst case, you guys just have to look away and, like, don't see it. Let's see. Water splashes as I get into the pool. It's chilly night out, but in here the air is warm and heavy with humidity, and the water is perfect temperature. I got an achievement. I wish my partner had a hot tub, but that will remain a dream for the foreseeable future. At least the campus recreation center isn't too far from home. I close my eyes and float in the water with the air so warm around me. I felt like I'm drifting away. Right now, this is the sort of relaxation I need. Last week's midterm were awful. Oh my goodness, I still have a migraine from the last minute crunch. I really need to start study earlier. Yeah, girl. Also, a heads up, if someone randomly called me, I'm gonna answer because it might be some birthday wishes or something like that. I know my brother haven't wished me a happy birthday yet. There is us. But since, like, obviously the time, he might actually be either sleeping or working. He's a busy brother. Obnoxious swimmer. People are trying to swim here, you know. I open my eyes. 3 girls dance in the water near me. One in front looks annoyed, her arms crossed, while the other 2 just look embarrassed. Oh goody, it's one of these novels where you can't even name yourself. That kinda take away a little bit of the visual novel, not gonna lie. Like, sure, you know, that you can't choose what you look like. It's a little bit of a bummer. So I would say this is only partially visual novel, because for me, the big thing with visual novels is that you can name the character yourself and obviously create the character, like, of the choices there are. Also, this kind of looks like an American sort of bathhouse, but I could be wrong. Are you talking to me, obnoxious swimmer? Who else would I be talking to? Am I in your way or something? I glance around and wave my hand at the large pool. I doubt the 3 of you need all this space. We're here to do work, and you're taking up space in the pool just to lounge about in the water? Wow, I managed to run into a swimming pool elitist. I didn't even know those existed. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like a girl with perfectly manicured nail or something like that. Nothing wrong with manicure, of course, but there are certain girls in this world that are very bitchy, so to say, you know. I'm a student here, so I have as much right to use this pool as anyone else does. One of the other swimmers grabs her arm. Friendly swimmer. Come on, Christine, just leave her alone. She's not hurting anything. Wait, what? Anything? Shouldn't it be anyone? What? Sorry, certain grammar kinda caught me off guard. Fine. I shake my head as the three of them swim to the other side of the pool. That was an argument I didn't expect to have today, or ever. One of the three girls set down a buzzer. Then they launched into some sort of stretches. They must be competitive swimmers. My thoughts wandered to a girl I knew in high school who was trying to become an Olympic swimmer, but had little motivation. I wonder what she's doing nowadays. I doubt she made it to the Olympics, but you never know how people might change. Speaking of which, I need to make a change myself studying. From now on I'll be on top of it. Maybe I'll talk to Edwin about getting a study group together. Tired yuck. See you later. One of the regulars I see here at the recreation center says his goodbye to whoever is still in the locker rooms and walk past the pool towards the front. I should probably do the same. I need to get started on my homework if I plan to turn over a new leaf. And no matter how long I delay, I will eventually have to brave the cold air. Oh goodness. Oh my god, so hello. Oh my god, you gifted me a... Oh, I also need to change the sub. Oh my god, thank you. Wait, Kosa QQ? I didn't... Wait, okay. I just have to ask. Is it like a follower or a watcher when you can subscribe to someone? Or is it just random people that you can give a subscription to? Huh. I have to look that up later. But Corsa QQ sounds kind of like a cute name. Wait, someone were following me when I wasn't. Oh my god, it's been almost 2 weeks since I've actually started streaming. Well, since I streamed, you know, last time. But yeah, thank you so much, Soy. And it means a lot for the birthday wishes and a sub. So how are you, Soy, by the way? Doing good? Pardon? Yeah, I was about to say. Isn't it really late for you right now? Isn't it like almost midnight? God damn. You're up late. Well, I'm glad I got to see you before going to bed. Ah, man, I need to Google it. I can't stop thinking about it now. And let's see here. Sub here. Hmm. Okay, let's see here. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, let's see. When gifting a sub on Twitch, the recipient does not have to be a follower or a flower. What? A flower? Eh? A dedicated loyal viewer. Gifted subs can go to anyone, often favoring active viewer first, but frequently landing on a random viewer who may not follow or know the streamer. So it's literally just random? In all of Twitch? Also the a flower? That's kind of cute. I have all privacy. I didn't know it was called flower. That's cute. Anyhow, let's continue. My gaze drifts to the three girls again as they start doing laps. Oh. A crash comes from the locker. Then a shuffling sound. And then a scream. What the? I flip upright again and get my head out of the waters. The swimmer stops, looking around as if unsure what they heard, and starts swinging for the edge of the pool. Are we gonna be witnessing a murder scene right away? What's going on? The girl who yelled at me, Christine, gets out of the water with her fellow swimmers close behind. Someone emerged from the locker room, and I look up, expected to hear an explanation of what happened. Yes. Oh, my mic accidentally peaked there. I need to fix that. It seems like my mic can easily spike. One sec. Should be in properties, right? Desktop audio mic. Wait, don't. I'm pretty sure I should have noise cancelling on this one. Yep. Excuse you? I do like hoodies. And that's a bloody knife. The hell no. Okay, let's see here. Killer's weapon has a knife. And in their hand is a bloody knife. Christine doesn't even have time to react. The knife plunges into her stomach. The attacker rips it free with a spray of blood. What the? The girl who defended me shrieks as the figure advanced towards her. This is a stunt, right? Some sort of show? This can't be really happening. I feel dizzy, the world wobbles around me. Everything feels hazy and unreal. Why did I pick this night to relax in the pool? Why did I decide to stay as long as I did? Why didn't I leave when the girls picked a fight with me? The options run through my mind after all the different paths I could have taken as I watched this scene with growing horror. Third swimmer scrambled out of the pool and tried to run. Oh God. Yeah, in this situation you should further fly. Because freeze, death. Yeah, I ain't rather much fun out in like my bikini and everything, you know, than staying with a murderer. I stumble out of the pool, sprint into the door. The floor is slippery beneath my feet. My thoughts briefly go to the gym bag as I'm in the locker, but there's no time for that now. Dang, that was a loud scream. How about Bronya? No. I missed a tiny joke. And then a splash. Oof. I'm a Gabronia, thank you. Thank you for the following. I tend to stream different kind of streams. Currently on Friday, I'm reading Dracula, a gothic horror story. Yes, this unsettling music. But thank you so much for the following. My body urges me to run faster, but I'm still dripping with water and the floor is slick, and the image flashes through my mind over and over of myself slipping and falling on the floor like a victim in a horror movie, till my stomach swoops like it's already happening. Holding on to what little composure I have left, I reach the door and push it open. This late at night, the place is almost completely empty. I race past the weightlifting room and glances inside, but it's empty. I force myself to slow down as I run to the floor's polished tiles, which could be as treacherous as the pool area. The large windows alongside me show it's snowing outside. Oh dear, snow? She's doomed. Don't tell me I have to run out like this. Yeah, girl, wet and in snow. You're gonna get like hypothermia. It's just my luck to escape a killer with a knife, only to die of exposure as I run through the snow soaking wet. Yeah. Although the thought brings a hysterical giggle to my lips, and I bite it back. I force myself to keep running. I'll take my chances with the snow if I have to, and pray I run into someone along the way. This hallway seems longer than it ever did before. I used to participate at our campus had such a nice big recreation center. Not anymore. Behind me the door opens, a heavy footsteps follow. My heart leaps into my throat. Oh God. The footsteps sounds like they are going faster than I am. I quicken my pace to an all-out run. Someone must still be there. But can they even help me? Will they even try? Yeah, girl, I don't know. If I can make it to the front desk, I should have a chance. Someone should be on duty there all the time. Probably not. Or they are already dead. Then again, should be doesn't always equal is. They could step out on a break without leaving anyone to watch the desk. I round the corner and nearly trip as I grab the wall to steady myself. A glimpse movement in the corner of my eye. The figure is gaining on me. It's like he's just walking. Down the hallway, music faintly reaches us. It must be coming from the yoga studio, but it feels almost as far as the lobby.
Help me! Help me!
I run towards the yoga room, and I have to find someone, preferably a group, although I'm not sure what group could do. The swimmer's last moment flashed before my mind again. My head is in my throat and I can barely breathe. The door is right in front of me. If I take a shortcut through here, maybe I can block it from the other side. I put on a burst of energy and threw the door open. The music comes from an old MP3 player in the corner with no one nearby it. Oh. So basically the killer took some music on to lure her in there. I scan the room for anything I can use. My gaze landed on a basket of thin yoga mats wrapped in a corner. I lunge for it and slip on one of the mats between the door handles. Ah, yes. I make it just in time. The door strain as the killer palm. A door like a yoga mat? That's gonna stop it. I don't think so. It holds for now, but I don't intend on waiting around to find out how long the mat will hold up. Just 2 more hallways to go before I reach the lobby. At last, a wretch opened the slided door that leads to the lobby. Help! Someone help me here, please! The guys at the front desk jumps and peers up at me. Oh, it's a student, goody. It's a strong. It's one of those fake yoga mats.
Oh.
There. My exhaustion starts to overtake my adrenaline at last. Everything blurs as I stare at him. I can barely catch my breath and my legs ache from all the running this way. Doesn't feel real, but I know the killer is still back there. Gives me the jolt I needed. At the pool, someone they killed, call for help. He's already searching for the phone, and the sight fills me with so much relief. I sag and clutch the edge of the lobby desk for support when I hear the sound of someone picking up on the other end. Nothing has ever sounded more beautiful. They won Monday.
And you're sure you couldn't see their face?
I'm afraid not. They were wearing a trench coat with the hood up. I couldn't
Correction,
make out anything
girl.
else.
They were wearing a hoodie, not a trench coat. Seriously? That's like... No. That's not a trench coat, like... No.
That's about all we got from the security footage as well. What about their hands?
I think they were wearing black gloves.
Detective makes a note of that. It must be disappointing that the killer was wearing gloves. But he shows no reaction to the news. Maybe that was in the security footage too. My guess is just that, like, maybe the person that made this, that it's their second language. But it's a difference between a trench coat and a hoodie. The man was clearly wearing a hoodie. Because most trench coats don't have hoodies. Did you know any of the victims?
No.
No, I think they were competitive swimmers. Did you talk to them that night? Just briefly.
Oh?
My mind flashes back to our argument in the pool. It was such a silly thing to argue over. It sends pang of regret through me, even though that girl was the one who initiated it. Wait a minute. You can't possibly suspect me for being involved, right? Telling the truth is always good. No, I have to tell the truth, even if it makes me look suspicious. Lying about it would be worse. I have nothing to hide. We had an argument. One of the girls wanted me to get out of the pool since I was just relaxing in the water and I refused.
Is everything alright?
What happened? Her friend talked her down and they went to the other side of the pool. I see. He makes a note of that. What about the man? Do you know him? Shows me a headshot from the student's ID of a young, toned man. His face doesn't look completely unfamiliar, but not familiar enough for me to even place him.
No.
Sorry, I don't. Oh. Oh, my cat's awake. Oh, babies. Is that who screamed before we saw the killer? Was he a victim too? Yeah, that was a kind of girlish scream.
That's fair.
That's fine, don't worry. Now I want you to try to answer this as best as you can. Take your time and think about it carefully. Do you know anyone who might want to kill you? Ah, yes, that's a common question. My blood runs cold at his question. You're not saying that the killer was there for me specifically, are you? I'd assume it was one of the two things. Either the killer picked their target indiscriminately in some sort of rage, and we just happened to be there at the time, or they were targeting the swim team and I had to be silent as a potential witness. It didn't occur to me that I might have been targeted. Oh, might have been a target, my bad. I don't have any proof of that, however we need to keep every possibility in mind, so think carefully and answer the question. No, I can't think of anyone who wants to kill me. I don't have any enemies that I know of. Even saying that out loud feels like something from a movie. What about an ex? My last relationship was in high school. It wasn't a bad breakup, but we never talked to each other after that. It was years ago, though. A co-worker, perhaps? I'm not currently working anywhere. A classmate you're on bad terms with, then?
No.
No. I don't know any of the classmates who have anything against me. I can't really think of anyone. Also, that office could really use some plants. To be fair, knowing that guy, they would probably die unless they are cacti. He makes another note. We'll have an officer monitoring your apartment for the next few days. Please try to limit your activity outside of your apartment as much as you can and get home before dark. Sounds good. Consider this November there. That's easier said than done. It gets dark out pretty easily and I still have classes to attend. If we catch a killer quickly, you won't be in danger. What if you don't? They even got grumpy. Let's hope it doesn't come to that. He stands up. If you remember anything else, please call.
Thank you.
Hey, look at that smile. It looks so forced. Poor girl. She's like, I wanna go home. I wanna be under my blanket with my teddy bear. He escorted me to the lobby. By the way, what's your name again?
Hello.
Why did you just say hello? Detective Sin. I was gonna call him Sin. Detective Sin. Thank you for your help, Detective Sin. I look around. Where's Kim? I intended to introduce you to him next. Kim? A psychiatrist. Talking to him might help. After what you've been through. Yeah, I'm feeling fine right now, but I have a feeling there will come a point when everything crashes in on me. At least I'm wearing my own clothes again. The police were able to get my things from the locker room for me so that I could change before the interrogation.
Nick, there you are. You weren't in your cubicle. I sat there for like 10 minutes waiting.
Oh, I love her braid. The glasses look hilarious though, but it suits her. I would either have a braid. Oh, wait. Oh my god. Wait, I have braids too. Oh my god. Brady girly besties. Hell yeah. Maybe I should call her Braid Bestie. It's probably Kim.
I do work away from my desk sometimes, you know.
So his first name is Nick, is it? I glance from him to the young woman who came looking for him, and since I...
Adrian, this is Fawn.
Ah.
She's a junior detective.
I kind of want to make a pun here. I guess Fawn is a big fan of Nick. You know, Fawn and fan.
Not to mention a top-notch true crime vlogger.
That voice kind of do suit her.
Yes, that too.
Fawn holds out her hand with a huge smile. It's nice to meet you, Adrian, was it? That's right. Good to meet you.
So,
did someone steal your wallet? Or maybe the neighbor got a little bit too rowdy? I don't think I should tell her the reason.
No.
Sin. She was a witness to the murderer at the pool last night. I just finished questioning her. Yeah, men aren't really subtle in nature. Thanks a lot, Sin. You really didn't notice I was trying to avoid talking about it. Oh. She looks at me with wide eyes. If you came in last night, you must be starving. Did anyone get you food? That's fine, Our coffee isn't the best, but it at least wake you up. Oh, we have croissant and muffins in the break room. Croissant. Hell no. Don't like those, like, flaky pastries. Ugh. I guess a muffin will do. Wait. If they were in America, why do they not have donuts? Sus. Well, let's say it's in England then. Because otherwise it would be donuts. They're from the bakery from across the new sushi place, if you've ever been there. Coffee and food both sounds good at the moment. Technically, muffins and croissants are not really food, they are pastries. But I guess they are a subcategory in the food. Okay, let's see. Wait. Is that still there? No, they are not. Speaking of treats, I'm tempted to go and grab a treat myself. Yeah, Mom, why are you staring at me? I have my cat judgmentally staring at me right now. Okay, you know, I would say like 10 minutes now I'm gonna go and grab something and obviously another drink. Let's see here. Not sure if I fell asleep last night or not, after the cops arrived. Everything is such a blur, but tonight this morning we'll probably have a blur together with the rest too. I like their muffins. I bring you a plate then. He walked off briskly towards another room, leaving me alone with Fawn.
So,
You're a student at the university? Yeah, I'm a junior integrated marketing. Oh, that sounds boring. You can't even choose like what thing? I hope it's at least some choices. It's not gonna be like, oh, I get the choices maybe here and there. That sounds cool. I take a few courses in creative writing the last year. Oh yes, you said something about a blog?
yep.
Yep, I run a vlog about serial killers and asshole crimes. Wait, what's the difference between a blog and a vlog? God darn it, why do I have to Google things in the middle of a stream? And difference between a vlog and a blog. They just sound the same. Okay, let's see here. A blog is a website featuring written articles, images, links, while a blog is a video blog. It's a series of videos, often YouTube documentaries, experience or topics. So one is basically more like written and like maybe some images and links, while the other one is more video based. So blog, wait. Oh, the long version for blog is called blogspot/WordPress. Huh, interesting. Or maybe that was just... Ah, well. Let's continue. Well, oh. I'm branching out into mystery and the unknown too. She hands me a glossy business card with a cartoon ghost behind the name and a splatter of blood above her social media handles. A fawn. Oh my gosh. That's kind of catchy. Fawning for crimes. And her name is Fawn. Oh, dang. That's kind of clever.
Yep.
Oh my god. It sounds like she responded to my yep. Dang. So many achievements. And I don't do anything. Detective Sin returns then, carrying a small plate of a cup and a cup of coffee. The smell of coffee reaches me the moment he entered the lobby. And as he gets closer, I see the plate containing a muffin, bagel, and cream cheese. A bagel? Oh, hell. Wait a minute. No, wait. I don't have the bagels. I ate them. God darn it. Wait, cream cheese? Wait, cream cheese and bagel? What? What? Oh, well. It's a lot more than I typically have for breakfast, but I can't say I'm not grateful. I accept the plate and sit down in the lobby bench. If you don't mind, I like to say a few words, a few more things while you eat. I nod and spread the cream cheese on the bagel. Biting into it, it tastes like the most delicious bagel I've ever eaten. I must have been hungrier than I thought. As you know, I'm a homicide detective. I'm the lead detective on this case, so I'll help make sure you're safe in your apartment. He's a bit young for a homicide detective, isn't he? I don't know how old you have to be to become a detective, but I always picture homicide detective as a grisly, hardened veterans. This is only my third year on the force, but it isn't my first homicide case. Now, Nick, you can't compare the case like this with the last one. True, the last homicide case I worked on was a jealous ex-boyfriend. Easy enough to track him down and catch him. This one, however, 4 murders in one night by a solo culprit in a public building. It's unheard of in these parts. Yeah, probably a expert. Adrian, do you even have to ask that question? Yes, it's a serial killer because he literally killed more than one person. And if you kill more than one person, voila, it's a serial killer. Or maybe you have to be a series of murder. But I'm pretty sure 4 deaths count as a series of murder. Spooky. A serial killer is someone who murders multiple people, seemingly at random, with victims typically fitting a set profile and with a notable period of time between murders. We need more evidence before declaring a case to be of such. Right now, we will be more concerned about the potential that it is a spree killer. A murder spree, killing spree. Sorry, I was thinking of League of Legends. He must notice my blank look because he lifts his hand and shakes his head.
I apologize.
Yeah, maybe not like talking about murder when she's eating. Goodness. He have no tact. But that's usually why detectives are single people, because they lack the tact and they are more like cold thinkers with less emotions, because that's what they have to do to be able to handle that sort of job. And that's just a lucky guess of mine though. Apologies, I'm sure the precise terminology doesn't matter as much as if you aren't in the business.
Don't be stupid.
Don't put it like that, Nick. Saying that you're in the business make it sound more like you're an assassin than a homicidal detective. Ignore her and continue speaking to me. Regardless of what profile best fits this criminal, it's best to be cautious. After all, even if this was an isolated incident, the culprit might see you as a loose end. Right. We'll find them, don't worry.
Oh, there you are.
Probably Kim.
Ah, Dr. Kim.
Yep.
I was about to go looking for you. This is Adrian. His body type kind of reminds me of the killer. Obviously, when you have a hoodie, you look more poofy. But look at that, maybe that's the eye of murderer. Ah, Dr. Kim, I was about to go looking for you. This is Adrian.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Adrian. I'm Kim Tae-young, our resident psychologist.
Okay, now I know fluffing idea where they are. Are they in China? I'm so confused.
If you feel stressed or anxious, I'd be happy to arrange a time to meet with you. On the other hand, you don't have to. I'll get paid either way.
Yay. Huh. His voice was kinda nice. I bet you can romance all of those.
Kim?
Kidding.
He clears his throat and adopts a more serious tone.
You might feel okay now, but grief and stress can sneak up on you, especially in cases like this. Trauma has a funny way of showing itself. I highly recommend an appointment.
Oh, really? Also, he sounds kinda gay. I bet that person is gay. No offense to the gay people here, by the way, that's watching this later. Being gay is A-okay.
Perhaps sometime tomorrow?
That kind of
If you don't like talking, I can just prattle on.
Sure.
Yeah. I can't tell when he's being serious and when he isn't. Then again, maybe that's a good thing. It might help me relax. I don't know, it's something about him that I don't like. Also, why are you looking grumpy still? And you're like, this is so hilarious. Let's see, anytime after 4 would be fine tomorrow. Great, I'll see you then. And of course, if you have any concerns, I have a few minutes right now.
No.
No, not really. Well, it's the matter of my memory. Everything from last night just feels like a blur.
This is natural.
Okay, I don't need to read that then.
Hmm.
Nick, how many bullets did you fire at the domestic dispute call last month?
Why are you guys talking about this in front of a person that's already having trouble? That's very unprofessional. Shouldn't talk about that in front of like someone that's a victim at the moment. That they're not good.
What?
Yeah, exactly. Our brains are hardwired to protect ourselves. When cops are in the line of fire, sometimes they recall things in perfect detail, and other times they completely mix up every
Not
event.
necessarily.
It's not uncommon for someone to recall shooting 2 bullets, but have 5 missing from their gun. You can't use me as an example when that was over a month ago. Also, the answer is 1. I fired 1 warning shot, exactly as I wrote it in my case report. Sure. Anyway, my point is that our brains will try to protect us from traumatic memories. Yep. I'll keep that in mind. And then he's doing that awkward smile again, being like, I wanna go home, I don't wanna be here anymore. See you tomorrow then. You know what? Maybe we should be bad girls today, or like bad dragons, you know? Well, you know, since I'm a dragon lady. Maybe I should try to romance the killer. Never tried to do that before. I'm sure it's gonna work out fine. No, just joking. You normally die if I try to go for the bad guy. Will you be heading home now, Adrian? I thought about it, but I'm not sure if I want to be alone for that long. I think I go to the class instead. Try to keep my mind occupied.
That's fair.
Nah, I don't really care about that. Because it's guaranteed it's gonna be on, like, on the, what do you call it? On the news. We will investigate the crime scene and look into potential subjects. For your part, all you need to do is stay safe and let us know if you remember anything.
I'm not entirely sure.
Right now we haven't found any other witnesses, although we're still asking around. He starts to say something, but then the lobby door opens and he glances over as a young woman is escorted in. Detective Sin, Natasha Diatrio, is here. Very good, you may go. The officer nods and the newcomer, Natasha, approaches with an uncertain look.
I was told you need to talk to me about something.
Hmm? Did no one tell you the news? Well, I suppose it will have to be me then.
He turns back to me. Here's my number if you need to contact me. I need to take care of something now. He hands me a card with his name and phone number on it, and then he ushers Natasha into the interrogation room. I watch, slightly uneased, unable to help, wondering if she's part of the case.
See ya!
So you're leaving now? Too bad, I was hoping we could talk more. Be sure to check out my blog if you get the chance. That girl Natasha, do you know who she is?
Nah.
Of course they're not gonna say anything. She taps the side of her chin. She seemed to be here for an interrogation though. Maybe she's part of your case.
Huh?
You think so? Well, she could be here for a different case, but I'm not sure what else Nick is working on right now. I'm pretty sure your case has top priority for him. Oh, I see. When she came in, Sin mentioned something about her not having been told the news. Maybe she knew the victims. I give myself a shake. I better get to class. Thanks, Fawn. It was nice meeting you.
Thank you.
See you around the station sometime. Check out my blog if it is catches your interest. Goodness. Just trying to shove that blog in her face.
Bye.
I keep it in mind. I don't know if I have the heart to read a blog about true crime stories after what happened last night. But I have to admit, I'm intrigued.
See ya.
Take care. When she's gonna rub my head. Can I really go to class like nothing happened? If only I could remember something about the culprit, anything at all that might help. I closed my eyes and encountered on my horrible encounter with the killer. Yet I caught such brief glimpses of them that I have no hope of figuring out who it was. He was literally standing there for a good second. Lost in thought, the sound of the interrogation room door open makes me jump.
Have a good day.
If you think of anything that might be useful, no matter how incurious it seems, please call. I will. Straighten up as the girl called Natasha returned to the lobby. It seemed like her interrogation was a lot shorter than mine. Our gazes met and I freeze.
Hey there.
What?
Here for questioning?
Natasha glanced over her shoulder at the interrogation room and back at me. Oh.
Looks like we have something in common then. I mean, that's why I'm here too.
You. Must be the witness. From the incident last night.
Yes.
I used to practice with those girls.
God damn, so she did know those.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I should be leaving.
God damn, that must be real hard for her. She walks behind me. I let out a long breath. That was awkward. Now I really need to get going too. Staying focused on the professor's lecture on the marketing funnels proves to be impossible. The consequences of being up all night are finally hitting me. He looks like a snob. Ah, yes. A good evening, my dear gentlemen. So far, no interesting romantic people, so yay! To me, next to me, my friend Edward has no trouble typing notes on his laptop the entire time. Of course, he wasn't running for his life last night, probably. I check my phone for the time. It's only been 10 minutes. I feel like every second drips by. Every second. The actual murder must have been over within a half a minute, and yet it feels like that part lasted forever. Every second replaying in my mind. The scream from the locker room. Yeah, that definitely looks like a more beefy guy.
Alright, for next class I want each of you to turn in an example of what you think a specific company's marketing funnel looks like. No copying each other's work now. That's all for today. As classes finally pick up, I look around in a daze. Fears and worries are still crowding my mind.
Earth to Adrian. Earth to Adrian. Hey, what's with you today? Did you spend all night partying or something? I never thought you were the type.
He peers directly into my eyes. His gaze seems to be vibrant today. I can't help but feel like my own gaze must be the exact opposite.
Hey, is everything okay?
No.
Golden retriever energy. Right there. Plus he's blonde, you know.
What?
What happened? How do I tell people I witnessed a murder and I was nearly
You
killed?
want to get lunch?
Edwin takes me to a popular restaurant downtown. We don't go here often, but I can tell that the choosing of this place is his subtle way of saying it's on me. He hasn't pressed me on any more about what happened, but it's clear he can tell something is wrong. I sit down and a waitress takes our drink order. Then Edward looks at me. Edwin. I am keeping saying Edward. So, do you wanna talk about it? I exhale slowly. I don't even know where to begin.
Are you okay?
Did something happen? That's one way of putting it. Last night, I went to the rec center. What? Why is it called rec center now? Wasn't it called restructuring or something? And spent some time relaxing in the pool, and there was a fight in the locker room or something, and someone came out with a knife.
Wait, what?
The swimmers who were there with me, they got stabbed and killed. I made it to the lobby and called the cops. Spent the night in the police station. Edward stared at me, his mouth open in shock. You... what? This isn't some sort of joke, is it? Shake my head.
Seriously?
I wouldn't joke about something like this. He grabs one of the rolls and tears it. Hey, if your dog die or your animal die, that's very, very hard on you too. Don't you say like that's some insignificant thing. How dare you? Edward, I hope you get stabbed. No, I mean Edwin. How dare you say like that's some insignificant thing? Can't think. I'm mad. I wanna slap you with a pie. Oh wait, that would be a good waste of a pie. Half. When I asked if something was wrong, I thought you said your dog had died or there was a family emergency or something like that. Not this. Yeah. I swallowed hard. You can see where I'm a little bit distracted today. Come here. Yeah. Did they catch the person who did it? I shake my head.
Wait, what?
What? The killer must have left through another entry. The police are looking for clues, but there isn't a lot to go on.
Huh?
But you were there. You saw them. To be honest, I couldn't make out much of them. They were wearing coat with a hood up. Oh my god, no, they were wearing a hoodie. A hoodie, not a coat with a hood on. And they had gloves on. But I guess because they can't say like a coat and a hood or a hoodie all the time, they're trying to, you know, change it. We can't even for sure say if it was a man or a woman. Really? It was clearly a man with that physique. I shiver at the memory.
I'm sorry.
I didn't mean to bring up bad memories. It's fine. While the rest of the restaurant is lively, our table falls silent. I look out the window. Outside, the snow from last night is still lingering on the bushes and street lamps. Everything looks so fresh and beautiful, yet now I can't help but imagine the white snow stained red from blood. I gotta stop thinking things like this. I'm surprised you still came to class. Takes a sip of his drink. If it were me, I'd still be in my room in a frantically. Wait. Fraternity with the door lock? Okay. Yeah, probably didn't pronounce that right. That's just as dangerous. I couldn't skip class. You know what? I'm just gonna go and fetch a drink because my mouth is drier than the Sahara Desert. BRB. We also have cookies. Come here. How you doing? Okay, my apologies. Okay, let's see here. Being a stickler for rules is all fine and good, but if there was ever a good reason to skip, This is absolutely it. Hmm? Oh no, you don't. Emma? Okay, I'm gonna mute. My cat is having a bad hairball. Okay, there we go. Well, I have to go back eventually, so I might as well get it over with now. You must have nerves of steel. It feels like the opposite, really. Will you be safe in your apartment? I should be. The police is monitoring the area for the last week. A week? They think it'll take that long to find the killer? I don't know. I wish there were more I could do to help. He sets down his drink and fixes me with a serious look. I don't really know what you're going through right now, but you're one of my closest friends. If you need anything or want to talk or to anyone, just say the word.
Thank you.
How about it?
If it's anything I can do to help you feel safe, if you want me to stay over for a couple of nights, or you can crash at the Ordinary for a while. What the hell is that? Is that even a word?
Huh?
Is that even allowed? No, but that's exactly why it's the last place the killer would look. I think Detective Sid would have a thing or two to say about that. Thanks, Edwin. I think I will be fine for now, but I really appreciate it. Man, I thought it would be more medieval. It made it look more like that, or like a gothic school or something. I'm a little bit disappointed that it's more modern than I thought. Oh well. I go back to staring out the window and enjoying my drink. Everywhere I look, people go about their daily business. They bustle into restaurants and get out of the cold and grab lunch. Some carry bags, probably filled with Christmas presents. Then I spot someone familiar on the sidewalk. You know what? I'm gonna go out, talk to her.
Talk to you later.
What are you doing?
Huh, we didn't even get lunch yet. Where are you going? Oh, I spotted someone I know outside.
Huh?
Who is it?
Bye.
Tell you more later. Goodness. One second. Damn, this bread is really chewy. I grab my coat and run for the door before Natasha can get too far away. Probably not gonna end too well. Snow flurries hit my face the moment I step outside. When our vision momentarily blocked, I lost sight of Natasha and looked around anxiously. She was over there just a minute ago, so... I finally spot her walking down the sideway amidst the sea of people. I hurry towards her, my social anxiety flare up. What am I even doing? We barely know each other, and our conversation this morning was nothing if not awkward. But it's too late to turn back now. By the time I get into my head to flee back to the security of the restaurant, Natasha has already noticed someone approaching her. She turns around and frowns as though I invaded her privacy.
Ah, Natasha, right?
You're... the witness.
Man, I'm not crazy about being remembered like that.
Adrian. My name is Adrian.
Okay.
We stare at each other for a moment.
Did you need something?
Not exactly. Just...
No one else understands what this is like. Seriously? Wow, she got grumpy real fast.
Ugh.
I can't believe this.
But to everyone else, it's so distant. It's like a story. So you came to me because you need someone to talk to. Maybe?
Sorry.
It was a while ago when I spammed for the team.
Yeah.
But it still hurts probably nonetheless. Sorry, I didn't mean to hold you up.
I'll see you around.
Maybe we'll meet again sometime. Just like that, she turns around and merges for the crowd. In a few seconds, I can't see her anymore. Her reaction to my condolences was unusual. It occurs to me now that she didn't refer to the girls as her friend this morning, just that they swam together. Was there bad blood between them? Is that why she brought in for questioning? Even though I can't see her anymore, I continue to stare in the direction she went. Something tells me that we'll meet again. I slowly walk back to the restaurant and sit back down with Edwin. What was that all about? I said before, someone I knew and wanted to talk to her. Ooh. A girl who used to swim with the victims.
Wait, what?
Edwin is staring at me like he thinks I lost my mind, and I suppose I can see why it sounds dangerous from his perspective. I just wanted to see how she was doing, but I don't think she ever even wanted to talk to me. That's probably for the best. Maybe. I eat in silence, too distracted to think about my encounter with Natasha to hold much of a conversation. That's fair. That's fair. Oh. Do you want a ride home?
Thank you.
That would be great, thanks. Edwin parks outside my apartment building. He peers out the window at the building with a word frown. Are you sure you will be alright here? Oh, I wonder what floor she lives on. If she lives on the first floor, she might be fucked. I mean fluffed. My bad. Or third floor is probably the safest. Come on, quit it. At this rate you make me even more paranoid than I already am.
Whatever.
With a killer out there to get you? Really paranoid might not be such a bad thing. You need a key to get into the building, so unless someone else let the killer in, there's nothing to worry about. Uh-huh. And have you seen how often someone walks into a building like this? Helpfully holds the door open for the random stranger behind them. Even so, there's no way they could get into my apartment without a key, so I'd be perfectly fine as long as the killer isn't waiting in the hallway to jump out at me as I pass. Ugh. He rubs his forehead. I can't believe this is happening. Look, I'll wait out here just in case. Wave to me once you get into your apartment, so I know you made it in, alright? Alright. No one is waiting in the halls to jump out on me, so despite a harrowing journey up the stairs due to my Edwin-induced paranoia, I made it to my apartment, to the front door of my apartment, where I see today's paper sitting at my door. Picking up and sigh at the massive headline at the front. Murder at the university pool. Murderer still at large.
Oh.
Great. That must be expensive living like that. I make my way into my apartment. You know, if it has a point, like the famous quote goes, just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they aren't after you. And when you have a legitimate reason to think someone is out to get you, it pays to be cautious. I walk to the window and look out. Edward's still parked down below, so I wave. He waves back, and a moment later I hear the engine start up. Come to think of it, what was the plan if I didn't wave? He'd wait a few minutes and then come in after me? I exhale slowly and walk through the apartment to check each room just in case. Usually it's a nice having a place all to myself, but just this once I wish my roommate was here. The quiet stillness of the apartment feels staggering, yet each little noise plays on my nerves. The sharp ring of my phone cuts through the silence and I nearly jump out of my skin. Ah! Heart hammering. I take a breath, compose myself and answering the phone.
Hello?
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 Ah, it's me, Detective Sin, you know, the detective from this morning. How bad does he think my memory is? I remember you.
Is everything alright?
Did something happen? You sound like you're out of breath. The phone ring just gave me a start, that's all.
I apologize.
Oh, sorry about that. I just thought I'd call to make sure everything is alright. And let you know that the officers watching the apartment building be changing shift soon. Alright, thank you. I didn't even notice the surveillance when we drove up. I walked to the window and looked out again. It takes a bit of scanning, but this time I noticed the police car parked nearby. Nah, inspectors who leads. Are there new leads? What, since this morning? Sometimes things are wrapped up pretty quickly, aren't they?
Unfortunately.
Maybe so, but not this time. I'm not supposed to tell you anything about the case either. This stuff needs to be kept secret, even from the primary witness. I see. Our pupil just got smaller. What I can tell you is that we don't have anyone who can provide more information than you did about the killer's identity. The mix of victims is puzzling as well. Is it possible that the guy in the locker room was the main target and the rest of you us were target as potential witnesses? We're pursuing that as a potential lead, although at this point it seems unlikely. It certainly appeared premeditated no matter who the primary target was. The killer went to the pool that day specifically to kill someone. A casual delivery of something so chilling makes me shiver. I see.
I apologize.
Apologize if that was harsh. No, it's fine. It's hard to believe that a killer is still out there. Before I let you go, there is one thing I need to know. Where is your roommate? The officer monitoring your place should be giving a description of your roommate so they'll know who to look for, so to not erase alone. She doesn't stay here much, to be honest. She graduating this semester, so she only takes a couple of classes. She has short red hair and drives a black car, but I doubt she'll be back anytime this week. I see. I'll pass it along the description regardless. Now, I think that's about cover it, unless there's something else you need. No, but thank you again for all the help.
I'll talk to you soon.
I'm just doing my job. Try to get some sleep tonight. You're in good hands.
Thank you.
Thank you. I hang up the phone and let out a long breath. If nothing else, at least Sin's calls reassured me that I'm safe in my own apartment. Exhausted from a days of worrying, I collapse onto the couch. Here's hoping they catch the killer soon. Oh my god, Manuel, hello. Second day, Tuesday. snack a bit more. Okay, let's see here. Clark, you're up. I can barely focus on our classmates who walk to the front of the lecture hall and start up his sideshow presentation on food delivery service. Paying attention to the presentation is like this is difficult at the best of times, but it's especially bad today. This is the third one. My attention has gradually slipped more and more. Oh, I think I accidentally skipped too much. Things were fine this morning when I arrived on campus. Chatted with Edwin like things were normal, and even made plans for study session with some of other friends once our class was done today. Okay. So you can actually scroll back again. Everything was starting to feel normal, but now it's hitting me all over again. Every time I start to relax, it strikes me that it's so wrong to go back to my normal routine worrying about grades and presentations when there's a killer on the loose and the victim will never sit in class ever again. I nearly lost my life. How can I pay attention to marketing presentations? Part of me feels like it's like nothing should ever feel the same. From time to time, Edward glances over at me in concern. I tap my pencil against my desk and try to silently run through the presentation I'll be giving soon enough. And that's how they might leverage these tactics to target new audience in the future without losing their established base. Everyone clapped and I belatedly joined in. Riley, you're next. Gonna take a bite. Nom. Trying to nibble on my pizza now and then. Okay, let's see here. Oh, too much. As if abruptly realizing his slideshow isn't on the screen yet, he picks up the remote and nearly dropped that as well before he finally managed to bring up a side with a bare bone list of points. Wait a minute. Look at his profile. It's like Buck. The shy guy being the murderer.
God damn. Imagine if he's the killer. The shy guy. Being bullied, finally having enough. Snaps. Killed the toned popular guy in the locker. Killing the 3 women that probably ridiculed him. I think I solved the case. He finally begins his presentation, but his voice barely rises above a murmur as he rambles on. This definitely isn't your area of expertise, Riley. Still, I managed to stay focused on the painful ordeal for his sake and clap politely once he's done. Adrian. Right, I can do this. I just need to stay focused. Walk up front the lecture hall and pace while waiting for my presentation to load. This only have to be 5 minutes long, so I shouldn't be too bad. I know my stuff too. The lecture hall is crowded with students. Some are looking at me, some are playing with their phones, and some have their faces hidden behind their laptops. At least 2 look like they are sleeping instead of paying attention to anything. A perfectly normal scene. Just like the pool was right until it happened. The world spins around me. My head pounds, a wave of nausea rolls over me. Maybe I should sit down. Adrian, are you ready? I feel like I'm gonna be sick. If you're not feeling well, you can give the presentation while sitting down. Thanks. I grab a chair and sit down and let out a slow breath. Edwin and Riley are both watching me with concern. I like the hair on this one, it's pretty. Kinda reminds me a little bit of me. I mean, like, look at this. Boing. Boing. Let's see here. Sitting helps in as much as I don't think I could stand now if I'm tired. I put my head in one hand and focus on breathing. At this rate, at least Riley won't be the most embarrassing presentation here. A hysterical giggle threatens to escape me and I bite it back with difficulty. Hysterical giggle? Is she going crazy or something? Adrian, is everything alright? How can you ask that? Nothing will ever be alright again. The killer could walk in right now. I force away the thought and wet my lips. Okay. My slideshow is up on the screen and I know what I'm supposed to say. I wet my lips again and force myself to speak. This marketing strategy is one is commonly used by restaurants. I barely know if I get the words out in the right order. I almost feel as though I'm a parrot, repeating words someone else wrote. I mechanically deliver my presentation in a blur until at last I reach the end. Thank you. Classmates applaud and I'm standing up on wobbly legs. When I get back to my desk, I ignore Edward's word look and gather up all my things instead. I don't think I can sit through the rest of the presentations. Outside the classroom, it occurs to me that I probably shouldn't be wandering around on my own between classes. I sigh and close my eyes. At least it's better out here without so many people crowding me. I finally start to relax when I hear footsteps. Natasha is walking down the hallway, her books clustered close to her chest. Yeah, no, we're ignoring her this time. I can't think of anything I could say to her, so I get out my phone and pretend to be looking through it until I'm sure she passed. When my phone rings, I nearly jump out of my skin.
The number on the screen is one I recognize right away. The number Sin told me to contact if I remember anything. Did he catch the killer? I answer.
Hello?
Hello?
Why do you have to say it's you all the fluffing time, okay? Yes, I recognize the number. Have you made a progress in the case? That's what I was hoping you could tell me.
Huh?
What?
Listen to me carefully.
Oh, to identify some suspects. We identify some suspects who were in the area around the time of the crime, and we'd like you to look at the lineup. Can you drop by the station? You want me to come down there? After what just happened in class, I'm not sure it's a good idea for me to drive. Are you on campus? I send the officer to pick you up. That'd be great, thank you. Sin and I work out where the car will be picking up, and I wait a couple of minutes before heading there to avoid spending any more time alone than I have to. A lineup, huh? So he wants me to try to identify the killer. The thought sends a shiver through me, but it isn't as though I can refuse. Girl, you literally like the only one that saw him. You have some responsibilities. If I had stayed and fight, I wonder what would have happened. I probably died. Let's see. Good, you arrived. Do you feel up to looking at the lineup now? Well, I want to get it over with, but I'm starting to feel sick again. I placed my hand over the edge of the desk, steady myself, and Sin's eyes narrowed.
Is everything alright?
You're pale. Did something happen? I'm just not feeling well today, that's all. I nearly passed out during class. Every time I think I'm okay, I remember what happened and... Do you think eating something would help? Some crackers, perhaps? Or a soda? I prefer that you will be on full alert and looking at the lineup. Yes, practicality. The killer didn't have any identifying features unless there are an obvious height difference in suspects. I'm not sure they'll be able to narrow it down, let alone pick the right person.
Back already, are you? Whoa, you look like you've seen a ghost. Everything all right?
Nothing's nearly as interesting as a ghost, I'm afraid. I'm just not feeling well. I almost passed out during class. Sympathy fills Fawn's face.
Sorry.
Sorry to hear that. I know it must be rough. Yeah, Detective Sin went to get me some cracks, though, so maybe it's still up. My eyebrow flies up. Detective No Social Skills is getting you crackers because you aren't feeling well. Exactly what hold do you have on him? Oh my god. The antisocial guy is like, yeah, well, it's probably just logical knowing him. I laugh and shake my head. You want me to see the lineup, so I need to be able to focus. Oh, that makes sense. For a moment there, I thought he had done something accommodating without being prompt first. I'm glad to hear I'm the hot topic of discussion today. Sin re-entered the lobby with a dry comment and pressed a pack of crackers into my hand while he frowned at the junior detective. Be honest, you wouldn't have thought of offering the crackers if you didn't need her sharp mind.
What?
That's not... He cuts himself off and looks away with a frown. I just hope it's enough. The crackers are fairly bland, with only the little salt for flavor, but eating something does make me feel a little better.
I can't believe this.
I'm not confident that will be of use at all. Don't worry, lines-ups are real easy. Have you ever had to look at one? Personally, not yet, but if you don't recognize anyone, don't sweat it. They'll catch the culprit eventually. Ah, yes. You sound so sure. Well, of course. It's not like we have anything better to do than solving a murder case. Trust me, we're not fighting over processing the DUI tickets. Sai coughs loudly, eyebrow raised. Well, all we have to do the grunt job, you know. Don't think you can pawn off your responsibilities by getting attached to this case. Fawn pouts and lifts her hands in an exaggerated gesture.
See ya!
Back to work I go then. Adrian, are you ready to get this over with? Anxiety flutters through my stomach again, but I'm ready as I will be. Yeah, let's go. Like in the image, a glass wall separates the room in half. A group of men stands lined up on the other side.
It's one-way glass, right?
Yes, exactly. You can see them, but they can't see you.
It makes me feel better, but it's still nerve-wracking. I can't tell anything about them at all. A couple of guys are way too blurry, and another one is so slight it looks like he might snap in half during a fight. Might be able to cross them off the list, the rest though.
I'm sorry. That's about all I can tell.
And we, as the player, don't get to see anything other than that or guessing. I feel like he might be a suspect. Look at the profile and everything.
Alright, thank you for cooperating. If you do remember anything else.
You'll be the first to know.
And again, it wouldn't be easy if we could solve it just like that. Fawn is waiting for us when we return to the lobby.
So,
How did it go? I glanced at Sin to get his assignment, but he walked to his desk as though he assumed the question isn't for him. Okay. I shrug. Okay, I guess. If I'm honest, I don't know if it helped at all. Picking out 3 people who didn't do it doesn't exactly feel like we're narrowing things down. Are you going to be alright getting home? Do you need an escort? I'd be happy to walk you back to wherever you're going.
Oh.
Alright. Sin rejoined us, his brow furrowing. Send someone to pick you up at campus, so you'll need a ride back. I can drive you.
interesting.
Offering to drive her, someone must be awfully important to this investigation, huh? I could handle it if you have important senior detective stuff to do. Well, she is the prime witness, so... But, this little one looks like she's a child compared to those two, but... I guess it's just to see how she looks like. He shoots her irritated look, but she beams back at him. No, I don't want to walk. She's...
Thank you.
Yeah, because her leg is wobbling a lot and... Yeah. I like that they couldn't have that him sitting there instead, in the middle. I get into a squad car with Sin. He starts driving. Back to campus or your apartment? Campus, wait, what? Why not the apartment, lady? You're feeling unwell. Late classes, I see. I have a study session with some friends, actually. Where? One of the lounge areas in the library. You can reserve them ahead of time to make sure they are free. Many people will be there. Not too many, 5 or 6. Sometimes people bring friends, but it never gets too crowded. Those lounges wouldn't be able to handle a big group. Aren't other students usually around that time? Any teachers? I glance at him. Do you think it's too dangerous?
I'm not entirely sure.
Just looking at a better picture of the situation. If something seems off. Don't worry. I won't stick around unless I'm sure it's safe. Alright. We drive in silence for a few minutes. Caution's questions have joined the rest of my paranoid thoughts, bouncing around in my brain. You said you worked at a homicidal case before, didn't you? How long did it take to catch the killer? Barely 32 hours.
Huh?
What? You caught them that fast? It was a crime of passion. The victim had recently entered a relationship, and her ex-boyfriend was jealous. Once we saw that as a possible motive, it was simple enough to find the connection between him and the crime scene. Finding him took longer than figured out who did it. I figured out who did it. I see. That's what makes this case so frustrating. We had no leads on the killer's identity. The motive remains unclear as well. I turned away and looked out the window. Maybe that was a bad thing to talk about. Now, instead of paranoia, it's the apparent hopelessness of the situation that's bouncing around my skull. It's unusual for such a strange crime to happen in a town like this. I know what you mean. It doesn't feel like that sort of thing could happen around here. I watched the scenery pass until Sin turned down the road toward the campus. He pulls up at the sharp adjacent to the stone path that leads to the library. This good?
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Have fun at your study session. Do you know what a study session is? Yeah, I know what college students are like. Have fun. I roll my eyes and get out of the car.
Great.
Let's start. The library lounge a warm, almost cozy atmosphere that makes it easy to relax in. There have been times when I come here just to get some space and quiet and have some time to focus on my thoughts. With the door closed, it's almost like being part of a separate world. A small group that's already gathered, mainly friends from our classes. That's good. Knowing everyone here makes me feel better. That's good.
Hey.
Riley, you already started at chapter 8, right? Yeah, I didn't get too far, but I will finish it. Clara, we could take chapter 10 and handle 9. Got it. Are you good with working on chapter 11? Edward's voice sounded like it coming from far off. I blinked at him slowly as I realized asked me something and something about the chapters.
Are you okay?
Adrian, are you good? Right, yeah, that's fine. Chapter 11, I'm on it. I opened a textbook to get out my notes. My notes are from the last couple of days of our disaster. But hopefully I can do better on that front now. Edwin pulls up a chair next to me.
Hey.
Hey. Was it quiet? So low that's not to be overheard by anyone else nearby. You sure you're okay with being here? I glance around, but none of the other pays us more than a quick glance. They probably assume that we are either discussing the assignment or chatting about normal things. I'll be fine. Do you want to talk about it? No, not really.
Want to hear a funny story?
Sure?
The other day, Corey and I were sitting in the MBA lounge when Joseph walked in, grabbed a chair, and pulled it over to the corner by the bookshelf. Then he pushed up one of the ceiling tiles and pulled a packet of ramen noodles out.
Why does Joseph have a stash of ramen hidden in the ceiling?
Don't look at me. Maybe he was afraid someone would steal it. Anyway, he just walked over to the table and started eating his ramen. We were both staring at him, and after a moment, he just said, "There's a chicken one left if you want it."
Is this supposed to make me feel better?
Is it working?
Imagine like have been through that and then like your friend just say like, yeah, I just saw a friend grabbing some ramen noodles from like inside the ceiling and then just like, yeah, I have another one if you want it. Oh, that's so random.
So, did you take the chicken flavored ramen?
Nah, but now I know where to go if I'm ever starving.
The idea of being trapped in a school with nothing to eat, forced to rely on the emergency ramen supply hidden behind the ceiling tiles is so absurd that a smile tugs on my lips in spite of myself.
Thank you.
Anytime. Feeling a little more like things are just like old times, start reading the chapters that were assigned to me. This has been our habit for a while. Whenever we have a large chunk of materials we need to study, we divide it in between us. That way we can exchange notes. It's an efficient enough system. Chapter 11 is about working with influencers. It goes into detail about sponsored posts in case studies about the athletic company that contacted influencers who run fitness accounts. I take notes. One of the key case studies focus on posts written by a competitive swimmer. Oh dear. Hey dears, hey everyone, sorry I'm late. Here to help with our marketing homework, are you? No thanks, I'm part of the team math today. You make it sound fun. Don't let him fool you, he hates math. The sound of that voice makes me freeze. I lift my head from my textbook. Sure enough, I'm not imagining things. Natasha stands in the doorway, just behind Riley's friend Dennis. She noticed me and her eyes widen.
Hello?
Hi.
Small world, huh? That's one way to describe it. She sits down and opens the textbook she brought. It looks like she came with Dennis. Two of them seem going over a math assignment together. Edwin looks from me to Natasha in confusion. Do you know each other? Oh, he doesn't know. Come to think of it, I told him about Natasha being outside of the cafe, but he never looked out the window to see her himself. Now I believe he's expecting a funny story about how he met or something similar harmless. I can't think of anything that would destroy the mood more than announcing that we met because we're part of the same murder investigation. I met Edwin's curious gaze and nodded towards the door. I'll be back. I need some air. I step outside. Being alone in the library makes me uneasy, but the sound of someone typing on the other side of the room ensures me. A moment later, as expected, the door opened and Edwin follows me out to the lounge. What's going on? Sorry, I thought things would be getting awkward if I brought it up in there. Do you remember that girl I mentioned, the one who knew about the victims? Wait, don't tell me. That's her, Natasha. And she suddenly showed up at our study session. That's pretty suspicious, don't you think?
What are you talking about?
Suspicion?
Be careful.
What if she's the culprit, judging by the what happened at the pool? The culprit wouldn't think twice about attacking the whole room of people to get to you.
Seriously?
Come on, that's ridiculous. Someone must have invited her anyway. He returns to the lounge, and I hurry after him. Come on, Evan. Don't do anything to make this awkward. To my dismay, he sits down right across from Natasha. So Natasha, I didn't realize you and Adrian were friends. Did he invite you to join us tonight? No, Dennis did. You know Adrian? We just met the other day. She looked uncomfortable by the direction this conversation is going. I don't blame her. I don't want to talk about what happened at the pool.
Whatever.
It's a funny coincidence, that Dennis would invite you to our study session for the first time so soon after you and Adrian met. Yeah, would have guessed, considering everything that happened. I thought it would be good for Natasha to get her mind off things. Everything that happened? What do you mean? Natasha looked down at her textbook as though trying to block the rest of the world out. I clear my throat.
Hey!
Hey, aren't we supposed to study? Clap my hands together. Come on, let's get back to it. Oh, Adrian. When did you become such a stickler? Since I saw my grade on our last exam. That sends a ripple of laughter through the group, and everyone turns to their work. Natasha catches my gaze and gives me a slight nod. I nod back, and then return to reading my chapter of the textbook, skipping over the swimmer case study. As time passes, I start to feel relaxed again. It's easy to slip into my routine and convince myself life will go back to normal. After about an hour, Natasha closes her textbook and stands up.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
It's about it for me. It was good meeting you all. Her gaze lands on me. And good seeing you again, Adrian. You too. I'll wave goodbye to Natasha. After unusual, as usual, after our study session, I drive behind Riley towards our apartment building. It turns down the dark, unlit road I absolutely abhor. Now more than ever, the dull streetlight does nothing against the shadows of the tall trees on either side. It should be legal to have a city street this dark. Driving down here is nerve-wracking at the best of times, let alone when I have every reason to want to avoid isolated places. The sight of the brightly lit apartment building makes me exhale in relief. It's good to see the police cruiser making its lap around the complex too. All the same, once I park to get out of the car, I glance over my shoulder the entire way up the stairs. Sweet home. I can't lock the door fast enough. Then I turn around and the hair on my back of my neck stands on end. Something is wrong. It's hard to put a finger on exactly what it is, but something is wrong. Don't panic.
Don't panic, don't panic, don't panic. I grab the edge of the couch for support and take a deep breath. Each breath seems to restore some clarity. First, doesn't seem like anyone is here. I'm in no immediate danger. Another breath. I need to stay calm and figure out what it is. After another breath, I'm able to look around the apartment without panic. That book isn't where I left it this morning. It's been moved slightly to the side. The drawer wasn't open when I left it either. And by the sound of it, it sounds like the window's open too. The more I look, the more I see tiny signs here and there. Someone was in my apartment. All of them together add up a sense of wrongness that sticks to me the moment I walk in, even though each of its own seems insignificant. There's a roaring sound in my ear. Someone was here while I was gone. At least it's clear, Natasha. No, wait. I haven't been home all day. I don't know this happened during the study session. Could have been any time during the day. Brace myself and then check each room with an umbrella in one hand in case I need a weapon. No one is here. Nothing is disturbed outside of the living room either. That's a relief, but it doesn't fix the problem. Grab my phone and dial my roommate's number, but the cheerful answer service message tells me that she is on vacation, therefore might have take a while to respond to calls. It wouldn't be like her to return early without telling me, and then disappearing again either. Grit my teeth and squeeze my eyes shut. I can't deal with this alone. Yeah, probably best. It might be insignificant, but it might be something.
Hello? Is everything all right?
No.
I get in touch with the officer patrolling the area and see if they saw anything that could be of use.
No.
Listen to me carefully.
Thank you.
Fortunately, the building manager is agreeable on my request to change the lock on my apartment door. Waits with me until the task is done. Seems the police filled her in on the basic situation because the car's monitoring the building. The work on my door finish up as a visitor as I...
Am I interrupting?
Please, come in.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go for 5 more minutes, then this will be the stream for tonight. He glances after the departing workman before shutting the door. I check to make sure the new lock is fastened.
Sorry about that. I was just getting the lock changed. Please, sit down.
Kim flips over his notepad and sits down next to me on the couch.
How was your day? Oh?
I kept expecting something to happen. Every little thing feels like a threat. I like to chalk it up to paranoia. Feels like I'm in danger if I do that.
I see. So, what's going on?
What are your classes like? Right now we're doing a deep dive into marketing funnels and how to develop marketing strategies for corporations based on their graph and audience. Do you enjoy it? Sure. You like psychology, don't you? He smiles. Sure. He writes something else on his notepad. I find the urge to try to see what he's writing about me so far.
What do you think?
What do you think of the business department? Is he creating a psych profile of me or something? Are there troublemakers? No, they're model students when it comes to class, but they act like they have become the next billionaire by using their classmates as stepping stones. They do anything to get ahead. But not all the students are like that. Not just the vocal ones. The ones who want you to think that they'll be the next big name. I have friends there too, though. There's a lot of hardworking people. How are you classes doing? Well enough. So, of course, the main reason I'm here because of the incident the other night. My stomach flips. Now that the time has come, part of me wishes we could delay this conversation longer after all.
This is natural. Oh?
No.
Being aware of your paranormal is a good thing, but don't fall into the trap of ignoring genuine warning signs because you dismiss everything as paranoia. Right, that makes sense. Do you have a mail address? I'd like to send you some materials I think will be able to help you. Oh, sure. I write down my email address for him and hand it over. Thank you. I think that's enough for the first session, but we should meet again soon. Is there another day in the week that would work? Thursday night at the same time would be fine. Good, I see you then. Hopefully they'll caught the killer. Perhaps. Is this your first time on a murder case? In this sense, yes. It's not my first time delving into a murderer, though. What do you mean? When I was a student, one of my professors set up a surprise webcam talk with a guy on a death row. It was a surprise for us, I could say. What was it like? It was unsettling. He had murdered 3 women along an empty highway and buried their bodies at a farm nearby. He was only caught when his 4th victim escaped. Shuddered. I can imagine how the 4th victim felt. Thank God she managed to get away. The time we saw him, he had been behind bars for a decade, talking to students like us. Counted as good behavior, so he was happy to participate. Ugh.
Well done. Well, I'm gonna save. There we go. Well, that's gonna be it for my birthday stream. And thank you so much, everybody, for the congratulations and the subscription and following and everything else. Thank you all for watched. It meant a lot to me. And I hope you guys have a great Wednesday. And don't forget to take care of yourself. Bye bye. And take care of yourself, hatchlings. Bye bye.